We are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans, y'all. Oh boy, we've got a great show for you today. As always, be a part of the conversation. Follow me at Twitter at Takes by Fans and come watch daily Monday through Friday, noon Eastern at twitch.tv/Takes by Fans. Alrighty, y'all. Well, we were right. A story did break about the Washington Redskins yesterday. Was it as damning as, people were making it out to be? Not really. I mean, it's still bad. Any sexual harassment in the workplace is obviously bad. But I think the one from 2018 was a lot worse than what we got yesterday. But we'll take a look at it. We'll go through the article as we did with the 2018 one yesterday and, break it down, see how bad it was, and if there's any hope for the franchise. And then after that, as promised yesterday, we will look at the future. Is it bright? You got Dwayne Haskins. You've got Ron Rivera at the helm. He'll clean up the organization. So we'll get into that. So statements from Dan Snyder and the NFL were just released about. Dan Snyder's came about like half hour ago, and the NFL just literally just did it like 4 minutes ago. So we'll get into what they had to say and all that. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, man. Here it is, the Washington Post article that we were all waiting for. They were saying it was a bombshell. They went all the way up to Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder was going to be forced to sell the team. But, as we really read through it, it's really not the case. Really not the case. Alrighty. July 16th, yesterday, 2020, more than a dozen women alleged sexual harassment and verbal abuse by former team employees at Redskins Park. So this is not, this doesn't have anything to do with the cheerleaders. This is workplace sexual harassment, classic workplace sexual harassment. So here we go. A few months after Emily Applegate started working for the Washington Redskins in 2014, she settled into a daily routine. She would meet a female coworker in the bathroom during their lunch breaks, she said, to commiserate and cry about the frequent sexual harassment and verbal abuse they endured. Yikes. A daily routine of just, you're pushed to your breaking point. You have to go into the bathroom and cry. Damn, that's hostile work environment. We do not support that on Takes by Fans. Everybody's got a job. Nobody wants to work. You have to work to support yourself and to go into your work daily and just be pushed to your breaking point. Not good. Alrighty. They cried about the former chief operating officer's expletive-laced tirades, Applegate said, when she recalls him calling her fucking stupid. Damn. Okay, damn. Coming out hot. And then requesting she wear a tight dress for a meeting with clients. Here we go again. Meetings with clients. We saw that with the 2018 with the cheerleaders. Having to pose actually nude for them. Holy cow. And it's coming into the workplace with meetings with clients. So the men in the room have something to look out. Oh, if that quote is real, oh man. So the men in the room have something to look at. Very degrading. What do you even say to that if you're a woman? I can't even imagine. If somebody said that to me as a woman, I'm like, what the fuck you just say to me? So the men have something to look at. Damn, I didn't get this job because of my looks. I got it because of my brains, because of what I do. And you're degrading me to nothing but a piece of meat. Unacceptable. They cried about a wealthy suite holder who grabbed her friend's backside during a game, Applegate said, and the indifference the team's top sales executive displayed when she complained. Okay, suite holder, he was like, hey, I pay for this ass, and grabbed it. That's not how it works, y'all. That's not how it works. All right. But most of all, Applegate said they cried about the realization their dream job of working in the NFL came with what they characterized as relentless sexual harassment and verbal abuse that was ignored, and in some cases condoned by top executives. That sucks too. You think you're going into a great job of working in the NFL. There's only 32 teams to work for. You're able to get a position in the NFL, and then you see the ugly side that, sexual harassment by men to women is very prevalent still in this setting as well. That would suck. You look forward to getting this job, and then you see the ugly side. Damn, that would suck. Applegate is one of 15 former female Redskins employees who told the Washington Post they were sexually harassed during their time at the club. One of 15. 15 is a lot of stories. Can't really say, it's just one person who felt this way, or, she's lying. There's 15 of us. There's 15. That's a lot of employees, y'all. A lot of employees. The other 14 women spoke on the condition of anonymity, citing a fear of litigation. It's the NFL. They'll sue the living shit out of you. We said that with the cheerleaders. They had to sign an NDA. Oh, and here we go. And some signed non-disclosure agreements with the team. Literally, they got you by the balls at that point. They got you by the ovaries at that point. If you sign an NDA, if you take a little peep, you say a little peep, they'll sue you into oblivion. They will ruin your name. It is over. You're really screwed. With a team that threaten legal retribution if they speak negatively about the club. Damn, just even if they speak negatively about the club. Wow. Not, hey, you can't talk about what goes on here. Even if you say, the club's not that great. Hey, we're suing your ass. Damn, can't even speak negatively about the club. That is a very intimidating NDA. The team declined a request from the Post. Obviously, they are not going to say anything. To release. Oh, hang on. I didn't read it all the way. Here we go. The team declined a request from the Post to release former female employees from these agreements so they could speak on the record without fear of legal. They had them sign it in the first place. They're not gonna be like, they're speaking out. They want to speak on the public record about what was going on. Oh yeah, sure, we'll let them out of their NDAs. Come on. Of course they're not gonna do that. They have them sign it for a reason. This story involved interviews with more than 40 current and former employees and a review of text messages and internal company documents. Hey, text messages. Hey, we get to read some of those. I believe there's about 3 screenshots of text messages. They're kind of crazy. But yeah, so this isn't a story about just somebody lying to get some money out of the organization or anything of that sort. 40 interviews with current and former employees. They've got the receipts and text messages and internal company documents. Team owner Dan Snyder declined several requests for an interview. Why would he do that? Over the past weeks, as the Post presented detailed allegations and findings to the clubs. 3 team employees accused of improper behavior abruptly departed. Hey, you don't just leave because nothing happened and you are innocent. Including Larry Mitchell. Michael Mitchell. It's probably Larry Michael. The club's longtime radio voice. We said that yesterday. As Adam Schefter said that. That's just so funny that it even went as deep as the fucking the radio station, the voice of the Washington Redskins, the play-by-play guy. That's just funny to me. And Alex Santos, the team's director of pro personnel. In a statement, the team said it had hired D.C. attorney Beth Wilkinson, as we said yesterday, and her firm, Wilkinson Walsh, to conduct a thorough independent review of this entire matter and help the team set new employee standards for the future. That's good. That is good. Fixing the past. Ron Rivera's coming in. He'll set it straight. We got this attorney coming in, reviewing everything. Hey, you can't do some of the stuff that y'all were doing in here. And there's one instance that we'll get into. I think it is pretty early in the article about a clear floor that people can look up at. I'll just say that I'll tease that much because it's fucking ridiculous. So they're gonna have to clear that floor up. They're gonna have to make it not so see through. The Washington Redskins football team takes issues of. Okay. I was seeing who was saying this quote. I didn't know if they said it before. In this paragraph. The Washington Redskins football team takes issues of employees' conduct seriously. Oh, I'm sure they do. That's why I got to this point, because they take it so seriously. While we do not speak to specific employee situations publicly, when new allegations of conduct are brought forward that are contrary to these policies, we address them promptly, the team said. I'm sure they do. The allegations raised by Applegate and others running from 2006 to 2019. So this has been going on since last season. Span of most of Snyder's tenure. Hey, where have we saw that before? The 2018 article with the cheerleaders. They were saying that Snyder came in and basically turned the cheerleader program into a fucking strip business, a strip club business. Things were getting out of hand. The hot or not interactive game on the website. Snyder, he's got his own way of doing things. We'll just leave it at that. Snyder's tenure as owner and fall into two categories: unwelcome overtures or comments of a sexual nature, and exhortations to wear revealing clothing and flirt with clients to close sales deals. We have heard that a lot with the cheerleaders, and they're bringing it in to the office as well. Among the men accused of harassment and verbal abuse are 3 former members of Snyder's inner circle and 2 longtime members of the personnel department. Alrighty, so who do we have? The 3 people that left abruptly for no reason, right? Because they're innocent. Michael, Senior Vice President of Content and the voice of the Washington Redskins. This is the radio guy, y'all. 7 former employees said Michael routinely discussed the physical appearance of female colleagues in sexual and disparaging overtones. All right, not so great. I mean, this is basically like workplace sexual harassment, commenting on their appearance. Hey, you got a tight ass, shit like that. And those are in the text messages. We'll see those. In 2018, Michael was caught on a hot mic speaking about the attractiveness of a college-aged intern. According to 6 former employees who heard the recording, Michael declined an interview request and retired Wednesday. All right, hey, he knew this article was coming out. He's like, all right, I'm going to get out. I'm going to jump ship a little bit. College-aged intern, I mean, they're trying to go that, going after young, I don't really like that, that they added this college-aged intern. I mean, she is of age. There's, I see the angle they're trying to go with this statement. An of-age female is an of-age female. So I don't really like this part of the article. That just sentence of the article. I don't really like where they're going with it. Santos, the club's director of pro personnel, was accused by 6 former employees and 2 reporters who covered the team of making inappropriate remarks about their bodies and asking them if they were romantically interested in him. The balls you got to have. Hey, y'all like me? That's like fucking middle school shit. In 2019, Santos was the subject of an internal investigation after Rhiannon Walker, A reporter for The Athletic informed club management Santos had pinched her, told her she had an ass like a like a wagon. Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. And repeatedly asked her to date him. Walker said, I'm laughing because it's just so outrageous. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing at the outrageousness of the way people act. The way people act around the opposite sex is honestly just so funny to me. Walker said in an interview with The Post, Nora Prinicati, a reporter for The Ringer who formerly covered the team, also said in an interview she was harassed by Santos. Santos was fired this past week, declined to comment. She says she was harassed, but we don't get any details about that. Did he pinch her ass and say, girl, you got an ass like a ass like a wagon? We need to know the details. Okay. So we got Michael and we got Santos. Who else we got? Richard Mann II, Assistant Director of Pro Personnel, who in one text message obtained by the Post told a female employee he and his colleagues debated whether her breasts had been surgically enhanced, and in another text message told another female employee to expect an inappropriate hug, and don't worry, that will be a stapler in my pocket, nothing else. What is going on, yo? What are people doing? Hey, expect an inappropriate hug where my hard dick is going to be touching you. Wild, man, wild. Man who was also fired last week declined to comment. So he was fired. Santos was fired, but Michael left on his own, probably because he was working for the radio station and had no real, he's affiliated with the team, but he's not in the building. Not probably on their payroll. All right, then we got Dennis Green, former president of business operations, implored female sales staff to wear low-cut blouses, tight skirts, and flirt with wealthy suite holders, according to 5 former employees. We've heard this before, man. Sex sells. They were doing it with the cheerleaders, and they're doing it with the office staff, including Applegate. Green's 17-year career with the club ended in 2018 amid a scandal over the revelation he had sold access to Redskins cheerleaders. Here it is, including attendance at a bikini calendar shoot in Costa Rica. The man was selling access to cheerleaders. They made the cheerleaders pose nude for this reason only. None of those nudes were ever in a calendar. They would never do that. They had him shoot naked in Costa Rica because this man was selling access to them. Crazy. Literally selling access to the cheerleaders. I mean, what more? Like, this is damning. This is probably the most damning thing there is with the 2018 article. Wild. Hey, you want to see these cheerleaders naked? You're a pretty high client. I can settle for like $20K. I don't even know how much money that would even entail to be a part of that. Is he selling them for like, $100 a ticket, or is this like 50 grand, 20 grand, 10 grand? I wouldn't even know where to begin. With the prices. Okay. Crazy. This is just absolutely crazy to me that this shit happens. As part of premium suite packages, Green declined to comment. Wow. He ended up getting fired, they said, because of that. Absolutely crazy. So 2018, that's when the cheerleading story broke, and that's when he was fired. They all knew that was happening, and they only fired him because that story broke. Hate to see it. All right, and finally, Mitch Gershom, former chief operating officer who Applegate said routinely berated her for trivial problems such as printer malfunctions while also complimenting her body. That's like basically bad, like porno right there. The story of porno. Hey, oh, my printer isn't working. Can you take a look at it? She bends over. The rest is history, right? Right? Two other former female employees supported Applegate's account of her sexual harassment and verbal abuse by Gershom, who left the team in 2015. Alrighty, so not a very welcoming workplace environment. If I was saying, if I was looking to get a job in the NFL, I would probably go to one of the other 31 NFL teams. Now, is this happening everywhere? Maybe. Probably at other ones. Everywhere, all of them, probably not. But I'm sure Washington isn't the only one. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I don't work in any NFL team. Okay, so here we go. Moving on with the article. It was the most miserable experience of my life, Applegate said. Now 31, said of her year working as a marketing coordinator for the club, which she left in 2015. So she was there for a year, saw it, got out in 2015. I respect that. I respect that. To have the integrity to say, hey, this isn't right. I hate it here. It's making me miserable. I know this is what I want to do. I know this is one of my dream jobs. I worked hard to get here, and she leaves. I definitely commend her for that. Not playing the game. I love it. Quote, and we all tolerated it because we knew if we complained, and they reminded us of this. That's not good. There were 1,000 people out there who would take our jobs in a hurry. Obviously, right? That's why people don't speak up, because they know that they are replaceable. This is an NFL job. Obviously, everybody would love to work, for an NFL team. And the fact that these people reminded the women, hey, there's 1,000 people out here, If you want to complain. We'll just get somebody else. And this cycle will continue. We don't care. We'll get somebody else with an ass like a wagon. That's part of the interview. We check the asses as they come in. That's the only reason why you got this job. The ass was like a wagon. Gershom, all right, one of the guys that was fired, in a phone interview denied Applegate's allegations. I barely even remember who she is, Gershom said. I thought the Redskins was a great place to work. I would apologize to anyone who thought I was verbally abusive. All right. Not a bad statement by him. I barely even remember who she is. That's a little crazy to say. Like, if he is guilty, just like imagine if you're Applegate hearing that. I barely even remember who she is. But then he goes to say this: I would apologize to anyone who thought I was verbally abusive. Well, if you're guilty, you would say this. If you're not guilty, you would also say this. So, really can't take anything away from this statement. No women accused Snyder of former longtime team president Bruce Allen of inappropriate behavior with women, but they expressed skepticism. The men were unaware of the behavior they allege. As I said, I mean, if you're the president of a team, you know everything that is going on. You've got people. You've got your inner circle who is reporting on everything back to you. So I don't believe that they didn't know this was happening in the office. It's good that they were not taking part of it. They had bigger problems to, face, like handling that cheerleader scandal. But, yeah. So Snyder is in the clear so far. Just of not being a part of it, having awareness of it. And only taking action after the fact that reports come out. Not too good. Okay, moving on. I would assume Bruce Allen knew because he sat 30 feet away from me and saw me sobbing at my desk several times every week, Applegate said. If we take her word for it, yeah, you would know. If she's crying at her desk, she can't hold it in. She can't make it to the bathroom. She's literally crying at her desk. Not good. Allen, who was fired at the end of last year, did not reply to interview requests. Why was he fired? While Applegate and others did not accuse Snyder of acting inappropriately, as we said, with women, They blamed him for an understaffed human resources department and what they viewed as a sophomoric culture of verbal abuse among top executives that they believed played a role in how those executives treated their employees. Alrighty, so we've got understaffed human resources. There's nobody to file complaints with, and the sophomore culture of verbal abuse among top executives, which we can definitely say is plausible because they are I'm not going to say pimping out. They are having the cheerleaders escort top executives to clubs and selling tickets to see them nude for photo shoots in Costa Rica. So we can definitely see that this could have possibly been happening. Snyder routinely belittled top executives, according to 3 former members of his executive staff. Perhaps most intensely Green, the former sales executive, whom Snyder mocked for having been a male cheerleader in college. Hey, my dad was a cheerleader in high school, all right? I take offense to this. After one executive staff meeting, according to one former employee, Green said Snyder had ordered him to do cartwheels for their entertainment. That's so funny, yo. That's so funny. So, if they're doing this to the men in the office, the female accounts could absolutely hold up. They're having Green do cartwheels because he was a male cheerleader for their entertainment. So belittling, so humiliating. So if they're doing this to Green, who was the former sales executive, they're going to do this to, a social media intern or who was Applegate? I forgot what they said she was, a marketing coordinator. So definitely believable. Quote, I have never been in a more hostile, manipulative, passive-aggressive. This is the worst, passive-aggressive, because, there's literally nothing you can do about it. And then the excuse that they use when you call them out on it is, oh, it's just a joke. Oh, you took it seriously. Passive-aggressiveness is literally the worst. And they are in the text messages that they have, and we'll get into it. Passive-aggressive, man. Because you can always use the plausible deniability of, oh, it's just a joke. Why would you ever take that seriously? It's wild. It's a foolproof plan, honestly. That's why nobody ever gets in trouble, really. I've never been in a more hostile, manipulative, passive-aggressive environment, and I worked in politics, giving some background to what she's endured, and she compares it to politics. It's worse. It's worse than politics, said Julia Payne, a former assistant press secretary in the Clinton administration who briefly served as vice president of communications for the team in 2003. So she was working with the Clintons, and she's like, hey, this shit's bad, and I worked with the Clintons. Payne did not witness or endure sexual harassment, she said, but she supported what many other former employees said about the culture under Snyder. Once again, coming back to Snyder, his culture, I can see why some minority owners really want him, force him to sell the team. With such a toxic, mood-driven environment and the owner behaving like he does, said Payne, how could anyone think these women would go to HR? Hey, if you talk, you're fired. If you're talked, there will be consequences. We are powerful people. Unwelcome advances. Here we come. We're getting some solid text message proof here that are coming up. It's going to get a little wild here, so here we go. On the first day of working for the team, new employees are given a manual that describes the organization's core values. Obviously, on paper, they're obviously going to say the best of the best, right? Here it is. In the manual, it says, quote, congratulations on becoming a member of an elite team of people involved in a franchise with a tremendous past and a promising future. It's making you feel good about your decision of taking the position here. The handbook states, the level of media and public scrutiny of the Washington Redskins magnifies any inappropriate or unprofessional behavior. So a high level of professionalism is required from all employees. What we've already read and what we're about to see in the text messages are not a high level of professionalism, in my opinion. I would say very low level of professionalism. Saying you have an ass like a wagon to your female coworkers, not very professional. Renting out your cheerleaders to high ticket sponsors, not very professional. I mean, it is kind of professional in the fact if you just want to make the most money, then yeah, that is professional. But ethical, the right way to treat human beings, not very professional. While there is a section of discussing sexual harassment, many former employees said, if there is a process for handling sexual harassment complaints, it's never discussed in the club's brief onboarding process. The team's human resources staff consists of one full-time staffer who also performs administrative duties at team headquarters, responsible for more than 220 full-time employees. Dang, that's kind of crazy. One person has to deal with 220 employees. Wow. Yeah, so they're not going to have any time to really file or take complaints seriously and investigate any serious complaints. I mean, they've got a lot to handle. They have to manage 220 employees and perform administrative duties. One person in an 8-hour workday. It's a lot. It's a lot. I wouldn't be doing that shit. I'd be like, damn, y'all know what I got to deal with. If I'm HR, yes, I hear your complaint, but I don't know what you want me to do about it. I'm backlogged on administrative duties, 4 months. I got Snyder breathing down my neck. Hey, I got to get these reports done. I can't deal with the complaint right now. I'm sorry. I believe you, but I'm sorry. I can't really do anything about it. There's no HR, said one former veteran female employee who left in 2019, and there was never a reporting process. So you can't even report. You can't even report anything. Nor was one explained to new employees on how you should go about reporting something. Damn. They're not even told, hey, this is what you do. You go to HR, you make your complaint, blah, blah, blah. It's confidential, all that nonsense. They literally don't tell you anything. Don't tell you anything. So you're kind of helpless. In a statement, the Redskins pointed out the team hired a new human resources manager in 2019. Oh, thank God. Finally, right? Finally. As these, I'm sure the Post was reaching out to comment while this article was being written. So they're like, hey, we should probably get one of those, what are they called? Human rights people. What are they? Oh, human resources. Yeah, we should probably get one of them. And this employee works with the team's legal department and any issues involving employee conduct. Former women employees said the first few weeks at Redskins Park also often came with informal but invaluable orientation administered privately by veteran female employees who wanted them to avoid certain people and places, such as the staircase. Okay, so here it is, as I was teasing, the glass floor. Here it is. Avoid certain people and places, such as the staircase near the entrance of team headquarters. So once again, as we saw with the cheerleaders, that when a new cheerleader would join the team, some of the veteran cheerleaders would be like, hey, stay away from some of these people. They're doing this in the office as well. It's all over the place. It's rampant in the organization. Here it is. Lined at the top with transparent plexiglass, the staircase descends from the lobby to the locker room and training area, and someone standing at the bottom can look up the skirt of a woman standing on top. Glass floor right above you that leads to the locker room and training area, so that tight clothing for working out, athletic wear, and they're just looking right up. People on the bottom can just literally look up somebody's skirt. Absolutely crazy. Whoever the architect, The architect, I mean, what the hell? What the hell? Transparent plexiglass floor. Wild. One former female member of the executive staff learned this lesson early in her tenure, she said, when she looked down to see a male trainer 2 floors down staring right back up, walking step for step for step for step, just staring right up at her. The wildness. The wildness. He even leaned to get a better angle. Oh, is she moving? Oh. He even leaned to get a better angle, the woman said. He wasn't even trying to hide it. Wasn't even trying to hide it. So he knew, he knows that nobody can make a complaint because there's no, solid HR department. And he's just making it obvious. He doesn't care because he knows nothing will happen. He knows nobody's going to say anything. Not a great work environment, yo. Not a great work environment. For many women, their jobs with the team were their first out of college. Several express. So, I mean, they don't really have, they know it's wrong, but they don't have anything to reference it to at another job to be like, hey, this isn't right. So, they're skeptical. They're like, I know this isn't right, but maybe this is really how the real world works. Maybe it is. They have nothing to say, hey, this actually isn't right. Several expressed a sense of shame, and said they realized they had accepted behaviors years ago they now realize was inappropriate, such as an unwanted shoulder rub or a complaint about or a compliment about their legs. Once again, the passive aggressiveness. You compliment a male, compliments a female's legs, and oh, how can you take offense to that? I'm just giving you a compliment. Right there. It was my first job, so I kind of normalized it. As I was saying, absolutely, I can understand them normalizing it, said a woman who worked for the club for several years and departed in 2019. She finally had enough. And it was happening to every single one of my female coworkers under the age of 40. So, once you turned 40, they were like, all right, we're done with you. You're done with you. The ass sags. The ass wagon is starting to sag. We're done. Training camp in Richmond in August was a hotbed of improper activity. Whoa, a trip that gets out of hand. Costa Rica, Richmond. Hey, here we go. Several women said some encourage young female staffers to avoid the tobacco company, which is a bar and restaurant in a stately brick building frequented by team officials. I was propositioned basically every day at training camp, said one female employee who worked for the team in the mid-2010s for several years. The overtures came in the form of a whispered invitation from one coach at the tobacco company to his hotel room. Dang. She said, as well as emails and text messages from other male staffers, also disclosing their room numbers and offering invitations for late night visits. If it's off company property, and this is just a thing, I mean, yes, it's bad just to, send somebody, your room number, but if they're just, feeling the water, they're sending that out, it's literally just, hey, if you want to, you can do that. It's not so professional, but I mean, I don't see anything too wrong with that. I mean, it's not like, if they kept pushing, they sent it out, if it was unwelcomed and they kept pushing, yes, then that becomes the problem. But if it's just a one-time thing, sending out, I'm single, you're single, if you want to meet, here's my room. Come by if you want. All right. Attending the annual NFL scouting combine in Indianapolis, former female employee said, also heightened the likelihood of unwanted attention and propositions at places such as Prime 47, a steakhouse and bar popular with the league officials in hey, you're out at the scouting combine. It's a trip. They said that these are unwanted attention, but, once again, I can see if they're not pressing, it's a one-time thing. I'm single, you're single. If you want, come by. If you want. And there's obviously no pressure. I mean, they are saying that these are team officials, so maybe they have a little higher ledge. So the implication was there. As long as there is no implication, I don't see anything wrong with it. We need something clearer here, like text messages. I want to see exactly what they said before we, go too crazy on, blaming them, blaming the male staffers. Where was I? All right. At a 2019 combine, Rehonen Walker, new to the Redskins beat for The Athletic, arrived at Prime 47 to learn that Santos, the club's scouting director, had been asking her reporting colleagues if they thought she might be interested in him. I mean, that's literally like middle school shit. She said in a phone interview last week, they tried to discourage him outside of the ethical concerns. Walker said her colleagues knew she was in a committed... Okay, so there it is. You're in a committed relationship. You really don't start asking those questions. Hey, you interested? Oh, hey, you want to come back to my room? Then this is the problem right here. I see it. Was in a committed relationship and wouldn't ever date a married man. So he was even married. He didn't care. He's like, my wife is over 40. You know how we do in the Washington. Once they're 40, get them out of here. Get them out of here. But Santos was undeterred, she said, and she was told upon arriving. So the man was persistent. Both married, still persistent. Yes, that is a problem. Big yikes. Big yikes. I'm sure Santos' wife is not loving this article so far. Santos approached, she said, and the conversation started innocently. Gotta get him in. Gotta get him into the conversation, and then slowly bring out the details. He showed her photos of his wife and young daughter. You're showing pictures of your wife, and then you're gonna ask her to come back to your room? What is going on? And his daughters. Jeez, Walker recalled. Reading from notes she later provided to the company's lawyers describing the incident. The girl jotted it down. The girl's got some receipts, baby. She knows how to do it. Then Santos told Walker she had worn the fuck out of her jeans that day. She said, and asked if she would date him if they were single. Crazy. Hey, you really wore the fuck out of those jeans today. You know that? No, that's a compliment. Why would you ever take that? That's just a compliment. I tell everybody they wore the fuck out of those jeans today. I told him that I do have a girlfriend and he does have a wife, so we don't need to play the hypothetical game. I love this. This is where it needs to end. She's obviously expressing disinterest. You drop it. I can see, besides him having a wife, and her having a girlfriend, I can see, you send out the feelers. She's obviously rejecting 100%. It's done. Ethical reasons aside, it should literally be done there. Walker said, I was pretty blunt. Hey, if you're blunt, that's how you do it. Don't play the ring around the rosy game. Maybe, maybe not. Definitely put it out there blunt. It needs to end there. But Santos kept attempting to flirt for several minutes and told Walker he would wear me down with his charm. I don't think so, guy. I don't think so. She recalled. Then he pinched her on the hip. Yes, that's okay. Now we're very bad. We went from possibly bad to, okay, yes, this is bad, to, oh boy, yes sir, big time bad. And then even worse, I would even say this is the big time bad right here. I'll wear you down with my charm. No, you're not. You will not be doing that. I can guarantee you will not. The married man with a kid will not be wearing me down with his charm. Then he pinched her, and then goes even beyond big bad. That's big, awful, bad. In a full view of other team employees and reporters, Walker felt humiliated, she recalled, and concerned some people who saw what had happened would think that she had welcomed the attention. Yes, that sucks. The optics obviously look bad, and she has to deal with that. Santos isn't going to have any attention. any bad attention from that, but she will. She will. Where was I? I lost my place. I moved. I went up and down trying to find my place again. Here we go. I found it. Here we go. It felt like pretty much the worst thing in the world, Walker said. He didn't care. He thought it was funny. Yeah. We know this. Walker later filed a complaint with the team. In a statement, the Athletic supported her account and confirmed the company's attorney spoke with the Redskins management about Walker's allegations. All right, so we finally had a complaint, and it got heard. What happened? He ended up getting fired, but when was this? The Athletic unequivocally stands by Rhiannon Walker's account of harassment she endured by Mr. Santos, the company said. Alrighty. So, pretty much, yes, sir, this 100% did happen. Soon after her incident with Santos, Walker said she learned of another reporter who alleged she had endured similar harassment. Nora Prenicati, who covered the team for the Washington Times in 2017. So, another one stepping forward. This shows a history of what is going on at the Washington Redskins organization. Not very good. Alrighty, Prenicati in a phone interview said on 2 or 3 occasions, Santos pulled his SUV alongside her as she was walking from the Redskins park and offered commentary on her body and wardrobe. So he's just driving. Damn, baby, that ass like a wagon. Oh, man, you wore the fuck out them jeans. Crazy, yo. Honestly crazy. What people do. I don't get it. This is people you work with. Everyone says, oh, my work is like a family. No, it's not. Nobody likes you in your office. You know it. Everybody knows it. Nobody likes each other. You stand each other because you literally have to work with each other 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's it. We're not family. We're not friends. I don't like you. We will not be dating. This is not The Office. We are not Pam and Jim, okay? We're Stanley and Angela. Get away from me. Let me do my work. Let me go home. And then I'll cheat on my wife with some random person. Not cheating in The Office. Okay. Where was I? Here we go. He told me I had a great ass for a little white girl. Jesus, what is going on? He told me I had a great ass for a little white girl. It's not an ass like a wagon. But for a little white girl, pretty good ass. You're not thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. You're thick like a bowl of watered down Rice Krispie treats. Prenicati said, the general sentiment was that I should be wearing less clothing. I mean, you don't even need to do the general sentiment. I know what the fucking general sentiment is from this fucking quote. Like Walker, Prenicati said she was struck by how brazenly... I'm struck by how brazenly he's acting. I'm not even there. I'm reading a quote. One quote that she remembers. I'm sure it was a lot worse. Having somebody come by as you're walking in an SUV. Was it black? Because that would even be more intimidating. Okay. She was struck how brazenly Santos acted, as well as other team employees who commented on her looks. Prenicati said one male member of the communication staff once told her she had a nickname around the Redskins park. Prince-a-Hottie. Prince-a-Hottie goes to Prince-a-Hottie. It's a pretty good nickname. Shit. It's a good pun. It was gross and also just a terrible... Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm wrong. It was gross and also just a terrible pun. All right, she said. There was an overwhelming sense that no one would ever do anything about this stuff. Yeah, that sucks. You're kind of trapped. You have to actually quit your job or just endure it. Go with no money or endure it. Not a very good 50-50. Walker informed Tony Wiley, then the team's vice president of communications, about Prenicati's allegations, she said, and Prenicati confirmed she spoke to Wiley about Santos. Damn. A lot of names there. A lot of names. Lots of I said that, they said that, we confirm. Wiley, who left the team in 2019, declined to comment for the story. A few weeks later, team lawyers informed The Athletic that Santos had been disciplined, but declined to specify how. Disciplined, probably just, hey, I saw what you did. I don't like it. Do it again? I don't care. I don't care. We're not going to do anything. We'll have this talk again. I don't care. I don't care. Santos was fired last week after Post informed the team of allegations. Once again, they only take action when there's an article that is coming out. Happened in 2018 and happens now. Who is the common denominator? I'll let you figure that out. It is the owner of the team. Santos was fired last week after the Post informed the team of allegations raised by other former female staffers. One former female staffer said she received a text. Okay, we're getting to the text. I love it. I love it. So passive-aggressive. We will get into it. Said that she received a text one night after work in which Santos told her he had wanted to kiss her that day in the break room. What is going on? You're telling people you want to kiss them? I don't get it, yo. I don't get it. Another former female employee said Santos told her as she was walking into the office one day she had a nice butt. That's pretty mild, actually, of what we've heard. Nice butt? I can go for nice butt. Hey, you got a nice butt. Okay, thanks. And asked her to turn around. Hey, turn around. Show me the front. The butt's nice. Let me see the front. I am done with the NFL, the woman said. Her experience with the Redskins had killed any dream of a career. Yeah, I mean, that really sucks, man. That really sucks. You get your job in the NFL. You think it's going to be great. You have a terrible experience, and now you're like, I don't even want to deal with this because it's probably happening. Even if it's not, I mean, your one sample size is going to ruin the experience of everything. So here we go. We have a text message thread. Yes, we got the receipts. We love it. We love it. Alrighty, so this is, I'm assuming this is Santos then. Blocking the number. This has got to be Santos if they were talking about him. So here he says, nice shirt. Thanks. Sorry, inside joke. Nice shirt is an inside joke? What kind of lame-ass inside joke is nice shirt? Sorry, inside joke, it's a compliment. Once again, the passive aggressiveness. Oh, is this a compliment? I mean, how could you take that? So she's like, no, what's the joke? I want to know the fucking joke. How is this a motherfucking joke? Tell me. Nothing. It's stupid. You look great today. That's all. I want to be in on these jokes. Okay, she's being assertive here. I love it. Lame boob joke. Lame boob joke. I figure that much. No offense, sorry. Real or fake is the debate. All right, now, I mean, Jerry Seinfeld, he had a problem by deciding real or fake. So if Jerry Seinfeld can't differentiate between real and fake, I'm sure this Santos guy couldn't. So, but Jerry Seinfeld was a gentleman about it. He had his friend Elaine go into a sauna and feel him herself. Real class. Not, just blazingly asking about it. And he would never do it in the workplace. Jerry Seinfeld is a gentleman. You get a female friend to touch him herself and then report back. You don't just go and ask. Be a savage. Don't care. Just want to know. Just don't want to be in the dark. LOL. Then I feel dumb. I go number one. You don't have to answer. So he's saying real. He's going real. Damn, girl. Those are real, right? You said you wanted in on the joke. Hey, you said you wanted in on the joke. Don't blame me. So once again, don't get pissed at me. You wanted in on the joke. This is your fault. This is your fault. Haha. Is it a joke just on me or is it all females in the building? Hard to explain. What's hard to explain? Is it just me or is it everybody? What's so hard? It's yes or no. I'm not mad. It's kind of a compliment, I guess. Real, duh. I can't afford a car payment or rent. You think I can afford a boob job? LOL. So she's just trying to get out of this, yo. She's uncomfortable. She's just like, please just fucking stop. I can't afford a car payment. You think I can get fake boobs? LOL. I offered to take a playoff bonus collection for you. I'll pay for I'll pay for him. Was this a bet or just a debate? Do explain. No bet. No money. As we said yesterday in the 2018 article when that guy was on the boat, he's like, no, I just saw the ass. I didn't see no cash. Once again, no money, no bet. Don't be mad. You ask. Oh my God. Literally, the passive aggressiveness is honestly crazy. Not really mad, just curious how widespread this is and if it targets more than me. It's not real deep, just stupid guy talk. Are you going to ask about the suite? Here we go. Continuing on. Well, last night I had other things on my small mind, so I don't want to be around you with bad thoughts. Jesus Christ. Because I'm a swell pal. What the fuck is that? LOL. See, now you understand. If you were hammered, it would have been bad. If you were hammered, it would have been bad. I would have taken advantage of you if you were hammered. Bring me food. I hurt. Ha ha ha. Okay, do you want Jimmy John's? Oh my God, I love the beach club. If I bring that, I want to squeeze your butt. Deal? If I bring you food, I want to feel that wagon. No, LOL. There's like 15 places within a mile from where you are. I don't want to get out of bed. Oh, I see. I suppose I can deliver. It's kind of far as fuck, though. Do you tip the food delivery guy? Do you tip him with an ass grab? You are very demanding. Ha ha ha. I'm hungry. Was supposed to have family lunch with granddad. Couldn't get out of his neighborhood. That sucks. I'm squeezing your ass. Sorry, LOL. What the fuck? He's doubling down, y'all. He is doubling down. Nope. That's not even a big deal. It's like innocent. I mean, I squeeze everybody's ass. I squeeze my mom's ass. It's innocent, yo. Come on. I'll text you when I get back over that ways. I'll pick you up something. G. I'm hungry. I'll order a pizza or something that delivers. Alrighty. Well, yeah, so those are some texts. I think there's one more set. All right. Santos was fired along with his top scouting assistant, Richard Mann II, who sent flirtatious sexual texts to two former female employees they provided to the Post. So these were Santos texts to two former employees. So I'm guessing these are two different female employees. The first one was a lot worse than the second one. The second one, I'm not saying that she deserved that, but she is kind of, playing into, oh, I'm hungry, kind of wanting him to bring her food. Obviously, she doesn't want to have the ass grab, but she is, I'm not I get it. I'm not blaming the woman in any way. I get it, but she is kind of playing into, oh, I'm hungry, so he brings her food angle. That's all I'm saying. Does she deserve the sexual harassment? Absolutely not. But the first girl is a little more direct, saying that she doesn't want it. Here we go. Santos was fired, as we said. In an exchange with one former female colleague, Mann joked about getting an inappropriate hug. Yeah, we saw that earlier. Here it is. I think in the text is actually that stapler comment. That's what's the stapler comment. All right. In two exchanges with another female colleague, Mann informed her he and his colleagues were discussing. Okay, so this was actually Mann. This wasn't Santos. Mann informed her he and his colleagues were discussing whether her breasts had been surgically enhanced. Real or fake is the debate. He texted and offered to bring her lunch for a favor. If I bring that, I want to squeeze her butt. We read that. Unfortunately, that is the culture. One of these women texted a reporter after forwarding the messages, so we felt like we had to roll with it. In a phone interview, new team coach Ron Rivera, yes, they're bringing in a good guy. He'll clean this shit up. Declined to discuss why Santos and Mann were dismissed. I mean, we can pretty much guarantee why they were dismissed. Ron Rivera coming in cleaning house. Hey, we're not tolerating this fucking behavior anymore. You understand? Everybody has a right to a safe work environment, and we're not having this fucking this guys club culture. We're trying to create a new culture here, Ron Rivera said. We're hoping to get people to understand that they need to judge us on where we are and where we're going as opposed to where we've been. So the man is trying to clean it up a little bit. Good guy, Ron. We love to see it. All right, here's another text message. This is Richard Mann. What do we see? From the executive office on 9/13, LOL. I open on Tuesday too, so I can do when I first come in. Haha, you should pee on the floor. I would love to know what this is referencing to. They are not worthy of my pee. I am taking all my skills and DNA with me when I walk. I'm gonna miss you, but I'm so happy for you. Going to give you an inappropriate hug on your last day. Go for it, and I will be down to the scouts before I leave for many inappropriate hugs. Deal. And don't worry, that will be a stapler in my pocket, nothing else. LOL. Thank you. See you Tuesday. I'm on my way. That's just such a wild thing to say, yo. The classic, oh, is that a banana in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? He put his own spin on it. So I give him credit for the creative license he took with the stapler. Voice of the Redskins. Last part here. To fans in the general public, Larry Michael is perhaps one of the more consistent aspects of the franchise, marked by regular personnel turnover. The team's lead play-by-play broadcaster for 16 years, Michael was also served as senior vice president in charge of content, overseeing the club's website and video. Oh, so he was overseeing the club's website when they had the Hot or Not with the cheerleaders. Interesting. But among his mostly male staff on the video and digital teams, Michael for years had become a growing source of discomfort, according to 4 former employees, because of his penchant for off-color commentary about female colleagues. It was always objectifying. It was always derogatory. I wouldn't even know what to do. I would just shake it off, one former male staffer said. We're all just afraid of our jobs and trying to make it. I mean, it sucks. I mean, you're literally just trying to make it. You know, if you speak up, you're getting canned. You'll get blackballed from the rest of the league. So it sucks. It definitely sucks. During training camp in 2017, Michael saw a young woman from the sponsorship staff walk by and turned to one of his staffers and commented on her tight ass before adding a remark about her social life. The staffer said, "Oof. Would have loved to know what that comment actually was about her social life." He said, "You can't mess with her, though, because you know she's fucking every guy on the team, right?" said the staffer, who afterward mentioned the comment to 4 colleagues, including a veteran female employee. You can't mess with her because she's fucking every dude around here. She's fucking everybody. Except me, though. That sucks, right? She's fucking everybody besides me. Damn it. I was mortified but not surprised. The female employee said years earlier, Michael had squeezed the woman's face after a late-night taping of a team program and told her she was so cute. That's weird to do to a grown fucking woman. You're so cute. Grabs her face. Another comment recalled by 2 former male employees involved a female colleague of Egyptian descent. Oh boy. He said it looked like she definitely had a little Greek in her because of her lighter complexion, as well as that ass. Hey, once again, damn, that's there's Greek in that ass, I can tell. That ass, that's a Greek ass. That's a tight Greek ass, yo. I can tell it's Greek. That. Oh, man. One former male employee said, none of these employees filed formal complaints. They really couldn't, they said, because they never thought anything would come of it. You know, that sucks. I mean, you really want to document it. I mean, you know, just because you never think anything's going to come of it, you need to have documentation. Got to have it. They're not going to get rid of the voice of the Redskins over a $30,000 a year marketing manager, one former male staffer said. So we knew he was untouchable. Michael was the subject of one complaint in 2018, according to 6 former team staffers, after he was recorded discussing one female intern during practice one day. The incident occurred as Michael was being filmed for the team for a team video production, former employee said, and an intern walked by. Former team employees who heard who heard the video had different recollection of the precise wording, but agreed. Michael remarked about how attractive he found the intern who was in college. It was disgusting, said one former female employee who heard the audio. This is a grown man who could be my grandfather, and he's talking about someone younger than me. One female employee complained about the video to the club's legal department, and the team attorney took the hard drive from the employee who discovered the video. When the lawyer returned the hard drive, this employee said the file had been deleted. Damn, destroying evidence. We love to see it, right? Shit. I would have loved to see the video. Dang, we only got the text messages. I want to see it in person. It was unclear to staffers aware of the incident whether Michael was disciplined. Most likely he wasn't. The club's legal department removed the file from the hard drive and maintained the file in the organization's confidential HR legal records where it still resides. We want to see it then, if it's still there, the team said in a statement. On Wednesday morning, the Post requested an interview with Michael and informed the club officials about comments attributed to Michael by his former employees and the hot mic incident. Hours later, after they were trying to get a comment, the man retires. After 16 great years, my time with the organization is over, Michael said in a statement. On to the next chapter. After 16 great years. My time was great here. I had a great time. You know, I made it miserable for everybody else, but my time, I really enjoyed myself. And on to the next chapter. Where else can I go? Who else can I harass? Volatile environment. Before Emily Applegate changed jobs in December 2014, moving from working at FedEx Field to the team's marketing department in Ashburn, she was warned by coworkers about her new boss, Mitch Gershom, she recalled. The club's chief marketing officer, who had a reputation for an explosive temper, Applegate said, but not sexual harassment. He would just, berate you. Wouldn't say anything about the ass, would say things about your stupid mind. I guess I was lucky enough to be more this type, Applegate said. Yeah, if I'm going between sexual harassment or, being called a fucking idiot, yeah, I'd probably go with the sexual harassment too. Don't call me a fucking idiot, Tell me I have a great ass. That's what I want to hear. At least one's a compliment, right? Gershom often commented on her body or appearance, she said, in tandem with insults about her work performance. Hey, you got a great ass, but you fucking really suck at your job, yo. Great rack, but fuck, you cannot file paperwork for shit. He would tell me I was stupid for not being able to print something out the way he wanted and directly follow with, "Oh, did you run extra yesterday? You look really good." Literally. Oh my God. Wild. Gershom told Applegate never to wear flats, only heels, she said, and suggested form-fitting dresses for nighttime events with premium clients. Gotta look good so we can sell. Gotta sell some tickets around here. Tickets don't sell themselves, okay? He also inquired about her dating life and expressed concern she didn't have a boyfriend, she said. In a text message exchange Applegate provided to the Post, she asked him about his plan for an upcoming sales meeting. "No part of it, no worries, go find a dude." He replied. Hey, don't worry about work. Go worry about, finding a fucking man. There were also routine outbursts of rage, Applegate said, such as when Gershom got lost on the way to Joe Theismann's restaurant in Alexandria after asking her to print out directions. You can't print out the fucking directions. You don't have Google Maps, my guy? What the fuck? You got to print, what is this, circa 2012 or 2002 MapQuest? Print out the directions before you leave? Here she goes. All he had to do was type in the GPS and spent 20 minutes screaming at how fucking incompetent I am for not giving him proper directions. Look it up yourself, dude. If somebody told me directions, literally, turn by turn directions, you think I'm going to remember that? No. So even if she was giving good directions, I wouldn't be able to follow them because I'm not going to remember, turn left, and then 2 miles, turn right, and then 3 miles, turn left, and then keep going straight, and then get off at exit 41, and then turn right immediately, and then a slight left. I'll look it up on Google Maps. Fuck. I think I'm remembering all these directions. What are you, nuts? Screaming how fucking incompetent I was for not giving him proper directions, she said. I would leave work crying probably 4 days out of the week. Not good. Not good. Gershom, in a brief phone interview, alternatively denied it and said he didn't recall the conversation referenced by Applegate. I cannot comment on something I can't remember. The classic I do not remember. Once again, a perfect defense. I can't comment on something I can't remember. And the passive aggressive, it was just a joke. How could you take it as anything other than a joke? This is the Go Find a Dude. What's the plan for the Master Pass review? It's at 2:30. Premium meeting is at 2. I not part of it. No worries. Go find a dude. And she nips it in the bud by saying rude, assertive. One other team executive repeatedly commented on Applegate's appearance. She said, Dennis Green, who held the high pressure job of overseeing sales of luxury seating and premium suites at FedEx Field. So he's working with the big dogs. We're talking luxury seating, high money to be made. On one occasion, Applegate said Green complimented her on her leggings she was wearing. He made a comment about how great I looked in these leggings because they were so tight. Hey, wear those. Wear those to the luxury seating meeting. We can sell a lot more. That was actually the only time Mitch said something like, Dennis, you can't say something like that. All right, so they nipped it in the bud there. Hey, a one-time thing, we can all look past as long as it gets nipped in the bud. Hey, that's not cool around here. Can't be saying that. That's what looked like it happened here, and he learned from it. He didn't do it again. Women who worked for Green hold conflicting feelings about their former boss. While they acknowledge he made inappropriate remarks and pressured them to wear revealing outfits and flirt with current and prospective suite holders, they were also aware Green faced tremendous pressure from Snyder to sell expensive seats for a team whose on-field product often made his job challenging. The dig to the fucking team. You love it. The team is so fucking bad. We have to fucking have people go topless and sell cheerleaders for escorts and have topless photos because the play isn't there. We haven't gotten to the playoffs in 2015, and then we got bounced first round. The product is not good on the field, so we have to have something great off the field that we can sell. Shit. Absolutely crazy. Crazy that is actually how they think in, sports. Dan Snyder was pressuring Green, who then had to find an alternative to sell tickets. Because if the team's not selling tickets, what else we got? What else we got the team? We got some merchandise. We got the female employees. Should we sell that? Fuck, I mean, that's all we got. That's all left that we got. Where was I? Green faced tremendous pressure from Snyder to sell expensive seats for a team whose on-field product often made his job challenging. Yikes, the dig. Snyder would humiliate Dennis in front of other executives because he was a cheerleader in college. And Dennis took everything. He did everything and anything he had to make sure those suites were sold out year after year. So this isn't all just, taking advantage of women. This is, a culture of you have to get the job done because they know they will be fired if they don't and be blackballed from other teams. This is Dennis, a male, had to take shift from Snyder. He would take all the heat from being a cheerleader in college. I'm sure that's really not easy. Unfortunately, he did kind of pass it back. I mean, you're getting shit taken, so you kind of pass that off to everybody below you, which isn't right, obviously, but, that does happen. But even those sympathetic to Green said his conduct left them with emotional scars. One saleswoman who said in 2005 to 2010 timeframe recalled that Green repeatedly offered to connect her with a plastic surgeon if she wanted breast enhancement surgery. Hey, we have to sell it. They're requesting D cups. You got B cups. I mean, I don't know what you want from me. I can hook you up with the plastic surgeon. hook you up with the breast enhancement surgery if you want. I got tickets to sell, girl. If you want it, it's there. He said he knew a doctor who had performed several procedures for cheerleaders, she recalled, and he could get her a great rate. I can get you like 20% off. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Reducing a young woman to thinking that she can only do her job well if she wears a certain thing or exposes part of her body is demeaning. Yes. This former saleswoman said, it puts women in their place. Retribution concerns. All right, here we go. Finishing up this article. Over the past few days, Applegate said she had received messages from several former Redskins co-workers who have asked if she's concerned about potential retaliation she could face from the club. She has told them she's not concerned, she said. She has no interest in working in professional sports again. Took the LSATs. Yes, sir. Get those fucking education. We love it. And studying for law school. Yes, sir. We love an educated woman. I don't see what I have to be afraid of, she said. I'm just telling the truth. So she's not afraid anymore because she has no interest in working in the league anymore. But if she was probably looking to work in the league, she probably would not be speaking out. To some of her former colleagues, there is one anecdote from Applegate's time with the team that troubles them most. In 2015, Applegate said she was pulled aside by Eric Schaefer, the club's general counsel and senior vice president, who high up in the organization, who left earlier this year. He's not there anymore. Nothing to worry about now. Schaefer was appalled by the verbal abuse Applegate endured from Gershom. She said he told her, and he offered to serve as a witness or connect her with a lawyer if she wanted to file a formal complaint. All right. This is what we want to see. People high up in charge. Hey, we're telling you the truth, and if you want to take action, I'll help you out. Applegate denied and said she feared making an issue of Gershom's conduct would mark the end of her career with the team. Applegate regards Schaefer as one of the few male team executives who treated her well. Some of her former colleagues, however, expressed outrage that Schaefer didn't file a complaint out of okay. If you don't have cooperation from the one witness, it's never going to hold any weight. So I don't know about him going to file a complaint on his own. And everybody being up in arms about it. I don't agree with that. According to the employee manual, all supervisory and management personnel of the Redskins organizations are expected to take immediate and appropriate action to prevent or stop harassment in the workplace. Look, I get that's what they say in the book. That's literally, this is just boilerplate nonsense. Real world is different. Doing everything by the book, it doesn't work. There has to be, a little bit of a reading the situation and then going from there. So I don't agree with that people are outraged that he just didn't do it. He didn't have the cooperation from Applegate, so it was going to go nowhere. Schaefer declined to comment. Applegate said she understands why he didn't make an issue of her treatment in 2015. It's the same reason she never filed the complaint. Exactly. I need to keep my job, she said. When it comes down to it, 98% of the people make decisions on stuff like this based on needing to keep their jobs. I agree, which is why this stuff goes on for so long. And that is the end of the article. So, just a culture of the workplace that's not too great. Really nothing that other workplace offices doesn't deal with. I don't think anything is really too crazy. Sexual harassment in the workplace, intimidation in the workplace sucks. I get it. And there really should be no part of that in a professional setting. But this stuff does happen. But I don't think it's anything more outrageous than what happens in other offices, just in regular other businesses. I would say that the 2018 article was a lot more damning for what the cheerleaders endured. But yeah, still not good. And it seems like Dan Snyder could play a major part of it, the culture here. So they have Ron Rivera. Hopefully he can clean it up a little bit. But it's going to start at the top with Dan Snyder. So I can see why people want to force him to sell the team. But that was the big bombshell article that was supposed to come out. I was expecting a little bit more details, more damning evidence. But today, Dan Snyder came out with a statement. What does he have to say? Let's see what he says. The behavior described in yesterday's Washington Post article has no place in our franchise or society. This story has strengthened my commitment to setting a new culture and standard for our team, a process that began with hiring the coach of Ron Rivera earlier this year. So why did he hire Ron Rivera? He knew the story was coming out. Wild. Beth Wilkinson and her firm are empowered to do a full, unbiased investigation and make any and all requisite recommendations. Upon completion of her work, we will institute new policies and procedures and strengthen our human resources infrastructure to not only avoid these issues in the future, but most importantly, create a team culture that is respectful and inclusive of all. Alrighty, so he's not denying anything. So we can go ahead and take everything in that article at face value. I mean, it's a good statement if he's really committed to this. I'm sure 98% of why he released this statement is to save his own ass. I mean, that's why it came out the time that it did come out. But he does look like he is trying to make some change. He did hire Ron Rivera. That's a fantastic hire. He doesn't take no shit. He seems like a great guy, never has a history of anything bad, of sexual harassment or anything of that nature. So it's a good move. The hiring of the attorney of Beth Wilkinson to do the independent review, that's a good step. Steps are being taken. So it sucks that, this did happen, but he is trying to fix it. And if he does, it's not obviously going to erase the past, but at least he's learning, being forced to learn and learning. I mean, at least he's learning. And then the NFL came out with the statement. They can go a little harder because it's not, they own the team. I mean, it's their fucking league, but they can go a little harder. What do they say? These matters are, as reported, are serious, disturbing, and contrary to the NFL's values. Everyone in the NFL has the right to work in an environment free from any and all forms of harassment. Agreed. Here at Takes by Fans, everybody that works here, there's no form of harassment. Everybody feels safe. Everybody loves coming to work every day. I run a tight ship around here, y'all. Washington has engaged outside counsel to conduct a thorough investigation into these allegations. The club has pledged that it will give its full cooperation to the investigator, and we expect the club and all employees to do so. We will meet with the attorneys upon the conclusion of their investigation and take any action based on their findings. Alrighty, they have to come down hard on this. They are going to have to come down hard on the Washington organization. If Snyder's basically saying everything in this article is true. The NFL is like, hey, we'll investigate a little deeper, and punish appropriately, I guess. Alrighty, well, that is it for today. I know I said I was going to talk about Dwayne Haskins. I'll probably save that. Save that for a little bit as we get closer to the league. We'll let this stream just be about that article. Starting probably next week, I think we are going to shift a little bit. We've been heavy on football here so far, but we are going to shift a little bit to basketball because, hey, when we come back on Monday, y'all, we're about to be like 10 days out from the resumption of the league. 10 days! So we got to refresh on what happened. I mean, I don't even know. I know the Lakers beat the Clippers and the Bucks like in the same week before the league ended. That's probably why the league ended, really. They couldn't take LeBron winning a ring. So this whole COVID thing is a hoax. It's a hoax for LeBron not to win a ring in L.A. for the Lakers. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. You don't find it coincidental that LeBron beat the Clippers and the Bucks, the second and third best teams in the league, and then COVID happens? Come on, guys. Open up. Open your eyes. But, yeah, we'll take a look at the teams that are participating in the resumption, the ones that have a chance to make the playoffs. We'll get you all caught up and refreshed on that. So that will probably be starting Monday until the resumption of the season. Oh, man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. All righty. Well, as always, be a part of the conversation on Twitter. Follow me at TakesByFans. Let me know what you guys think. Washington fans, is that a sufficient statement by Dan Snyder? Let me know what you think. And as always, watch live Monday through Friday, noon Eastern at twitch.tv/TakesByFans. We break it down. We break everything down for y'all, folks. And we will be live watching games. So if you can't go to the game, you can't go to the bubble. You want to be around other fans and talk the game live, we will be here. Every live nationally televised games, I will be here. We will be here. The fans will be here, talking, watching, breaking it all down live, having fun, just having fun, watching sports. We haven't been able to watch sports in months, so let's get back to it, y'all, right? Alrighty, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys to Monday.